nerds. Just sitting around talking about stuff. The Burg nerds. This is the Burg nerds. Just sitting around talking about shit. Yee-hoo!
Hello, friends and fellow nerds. Welcome back to yet another mind-blowing, edge-of-your-seat thrill ride episode of America's #1 podcast. We've bumped all the way up. We've been previously really low in the rankings.
Yeah. God damn.
But with this bracket we plan on hitting you with tonight, and the first part that we hit you with last week, it is we're quickly moving up the ranks, so we are now seated at #1. We are, in fact, the #1 podcast that takes place on my street.
Exactly, and you know what? It's because of no Deadpool.
Yeah,
the 4011
Deadpool.
in Central Kentucky.
The
Yeah.
40, well, we're still, but
The
on my
4011.
street, we are #1.
#1.
And,
With a bullet.
That's right. Shut up, Eddie.
Because we're gangsta.
All right, we're going to go around the table. Of course, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Lee.
Big Joe.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Eddie.
And with us tonight is a very special guest, super fan and super friend, Mr. Mike Miller. Mike,
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
No, not you.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
No, the people out there.
whomever's
Not you.
listening.
Yeah.
I understand. I got you.
Mike Jones.
So we're going to take a
I'm
minute.
not talking to you. You killed Deadpool, so no, I'm not
We're going to take a minute to talk about hers.
Yes, hers brand snacks.
Hers brand snack foods.
Yummy.
I gotta say, hers have a special place in my heart, and they're right in the arteries that
That's
are
what I was
clogged
about
up.
to say, yeah.
And that would be Lee chomping on a bag of hers. Hers is our promotional partner. They send us a wonderful shipment every single month, and we just love them. Mr. Thomas, their marketing guy with hers, is he's my best friend. I don't know if I'm his, but he's my best friend.
He's bona fide.
So I mean, and we're not. It's not like we're not making a joke. Like there's no irony in this. They are hands down the best fucking potato chips
They
you've
are.
ever
Yes,
put
they are.
They
in
really
your
are.
mouth.
Amen.
I mean, they're like the Dr. Pepper of potato chips. They're like 32 flavors. I don't know. There's a lot. There's more. There's got to be more than
The
32.
Baskin Robbins of potato chips.
Like every time they send us a shipment, I see a new one that I've never seen. At least, like usually 2 or 3 new ones that I've never even seen before. So hers, you're fucking magnificent. We love you with all of our like carotid artery hearts.
And your kettle cooked lattice chips are amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, hers. We love you.
All right, let's get on to the business at hand. Last week we released the first part. The first part, 1 followed by 2 of our super duper battle bracket. And it's in. It was in. We did it in kind of in celebration of the whole March Madness, the NCAA bracket, which frankly I could not give less of a fuck about, to be honest. Really, frankly, I'm getting looks around the table.
He's not the only one I could give a shit less.
Same here.
So.
If it's not baseball, I don't really care much.
Do they still play baseball?
In Japan.
In the Dominican Republic.
I figured that's like the Latin of sports.
Right,
is-
so
is
we decided to put together a bracket, and it's ridiculous. It is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard of, and maybe the funnest thing you've ever heard of too, because we have slashers up against action movie heroes, up against comic heroes, up against video game heroes. So it's a really interesting bracket that pits together people who, no matter how bad we want it, we're never going to see in our entire life, which is kind of cool because it gives us all a chance to, 1, argue for who we love, and 2, just resent each other really badly. So
I mean, it gets heated.
it does get pretty heated. So we're going to, without further dudes, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Eddie, do you want to take it away? Where are we starting here?
All right, we will be going into the slashers bracket.
For part 2, this is part 2 of the Super Duper Battle Bracket.
Exactly. What? Exactly. This is the Sweet 16. You're the best.
Sounded like Dr. Roxanne.
Yeah. Cocaine.
Let's go with it, Eddie. What we got?
All right. Well, in the first round, we had Jason Voorhees beat out Norman Bates. So, in this matchup, we have the #1 seed, Jason Voorhees,
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
going up against the winner, Freddy Krueger, who defeated Cropsy. So, number 1, Jason
I'm
Voorhees.
still very upset about
There
it.
was a movie about this at one point.
Yes.
I don't
So
think there was a Freddy versus Cropsy. I would have paid to see it. They had. Oh, you're Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
Okay.
yes. So we
I was
have
like, they released Freddy versus Cropsy and I didn't see it.
because
It was
nobody wanted to see
Japanimation.
it.
It
Why
was
don't you
Japan.
shut your mouth?
So we have number 1 Jason versus number 4 Freddy Krueger, and we are not a movie studio, so let's go for it. Jeremy.
I guess it's gonna go to me.
Yep.
You know what, man? I basically I have a theory on 80s kids growing up. Like I think pretty much that whole generation, our generation, go ahead and say our generation, was pretty much divided into two types of people. Much like there was Sega and Nintendo kids, there was Freddy kids and Jason kids. I was a Jason kid. I thought it was say what you will, the movies are campy, they're silly, they're fun, but there's a lot to be said about somebody who does not say a word ever and can convey actual like emotion. Like there was even now, granted, some of the actors that were hired to play Jason were shitty. I wouldn't put them in a fucking porno, but there were a couple: C.J. Graham, Kane Hodder, and the guys like those, man. They really they took Jason to the next level, and I thought it was really cool. So I was always kind of a Jason kid. Jason, I think, is damn near unstoppable. Like, how did he finally die? Like, Jason Goes to Hell. He died because he got lured into like an open area, and literally 100 fucking men with like high-powered rifles had a shootout. They just shot him until they blew him up into fucking pieces. Like that's a lot of shit, man. You got to cut a motherfucker down with like high caliber, rifles, man. He's a tough motherfucker. I got to go with Jason. He's gonna, and I guess it all depends on where it takes place too. Like if it goes in the dream world, man, you got to give it to Freddy. But these battles aren't in the dream world; they're right here,
They're in the really real world.
right here in America.
And something tells me that Jason probably doesn't sleep a whole lot.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't anyway. Yeah, so yeah, fuck that. It's whatever.
Insomnia is terrible.
I got to give it to Jason, man, and it's not even going to be a good fight. Freddy's going to run up and he's going to stick Jason with his claws, and Jason's going to go and then just smack him right in the face with a machete, and that's going to be it. Freddy like cut him diagonal, and the top half of his head comes off. Like it's not even like a clean decapitation. Like he cuts him right across the face, like right across the center of the face. My vote, I got to go with Jason. Mike, what do you think?
I'm really torn on this one because I agree that really it has to be Freddy in the dream world because that's his. Yes. Okay, that's his. That's pretty much his forte. But Jason doesn't sleep at all. So, my thing is I think Freddy could come up with a good claw, lop off his head, and just call it a day. I'm torn on this. I'm actually going to go for the underdog on this one. I'm going to go for Freddy. I'm going to go for a clean, just decapitation. I know it's weak, but I'm going to go for a clean decapitation, and I'm going to go with Freddy.
All right. So Lee.
I'm going to go with Jason.
If I could interject for just a second. Sorry, Lee.
There is
sorry.
no debates.
We gotta look at the reach factor. The average Jason height is 6'5".
Okay.
Why I know that, don't ask, but it's the truth. The average height of all the Jasons added together and then divided is 6'5". I mean, he's got to have at least a 60-inch reach, at least. So I mean, you got to think Freddy can't even get in close with the gloves.
But you have to look at Freddy's dexterity.
I'm not looking at his dexterity.
All right. Well, you know
Phrasing.
what? You made your case, Atticus Finch. Now let Lee have
Fair
his
enough. I'm
moment.
very sorry to interrupt, Lee.
Jason all the way.
Jason all the way.
Yeah.
What are you giving him the reach? Like I said, or I mean, what?
Nobody's going to give you a reach.
It's Jason versus Freddy, and Freddy's impact really takes hold in the dream world. There's not a girl there to drug him up with, sleeping pills or whatever.
DDT.
Yeah.
Dropped dead twice.
Give him the torture rack and put him
Right.
to sleep.
Yeah,
So, Jason hands down.
That's 2 on Jason, 1 for Freddy. Joey, what do you think, Joe?
I'd say Mr. Voorhees has got it. The only way, I just feel like that if he was asleep, Freddy does have a chance. But,
Yeah, I just don't see Jason like catnapping in a Barca lounger.
and even in the dream domain, I got a feeling Mr. Voorhees got a little. He could still dish out as much as he took, I imagine.
That's yeah.
So Jason,
Jordan, what do you got?
I think I'm going to go with Jason too.
Yeah.
I just don't think Freddy's claws will do much to him.
Not to a 6'5" guy.
Yeah,
with a machete.
I'm going to give it to Jason. Plus, like you mentioned, he has a reach with a machete.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jason.
Oh yeah. What you got, Ed?
I'm actually going to go with Freddy on this one because here's the thing. Freddy always thinks 4 steps ahead of the people he's going after to kill. So here's the thing. If Jason can be lured into an open field and just blasted into high hell, Freddy can do that like times 12 with like something or other. He's going to be resourceful. He's going to go with something.
But here's the thing: the girl that lured him into the field and Jason Goes to Hell had really big tits.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, Freddy could
It has nothing to do with anything.
Here's
I just
the thing.
thought I would point it out.
Freddy could make somebody do that. So here's the thing. He always thinks
Good
ahead.
point.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
But no, here's the thing, though. I mean, Freddy, I just think he would outsmart Jason, and ultimately, I think he would get the best of him. So my vote goes for Freddy. So what do we got?
We got looks like it's 4-2 on that one. Jason advances.
All right, the number 1 seed, Jason advances. Good job, guys. All right.
What
All
we
right.
got up next? We sticking with slashers at it. We're gonna move on to another.
No, we're sticking with slashers, and once we
Finish
get
them out. Okay.
so, all right. Well, in the first round, it was Michael Myers, the 3 versus number 6, Pennywise. Michael Myers advanced.
Ugh.
So, and then he's going to be going up against.
Impossible.
We have the number 2, Leatherface, versus the number 7, Candyman. Well, Leatherface won that match. So,
Because Candyman didn't show up.
right. And so we have the number 3 seed, Michael Myers, versus the number 2 seed, Leatherface. And Mike,
I'm going
Go.
Mike on that.
Okay. Between these two, I'm gonna definitely go with Michael Myers on this one.
Why is that?
Fuck, man.
I like that I get to state my point before the objections come in. It's a fair and balanced argument. I love that. Mike Myers is more than just hack and slash. I think again, psychology wise, I think he's got it because Leatherface simply comes in to hack and slash. Great at it. Phenomenal at it. Can do it like nobody else. But Mike Myers brings in an absolute level of what? No, don't debate me on this. He actually has a level of psychology that he brings in that I think he can, like you said earlier, he can think 2 steps ahead.
Okay, here's the thing though. You got to go with weapon of choice. You're putting a 11-inch butcher knife up against a fucking chainsaw.
Well-
So that's something to think about too.
No,
But then
here-
you also got to go with Mike Myers is now he's supernatural. You know, he's been resurrected and so forth, so he's officially supernatural. Leatherface is not. Leatherface is human, just like any other mongrel we know.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Mike Myers is immortal. He's a comedian. Michael Myers is the killer.
Okay.
I'm just going to make that point.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I need to have that pointed out.
So Michael Myers, Michael Myers is that's who your vote's for?
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
I'm closer to him, so I call him Mike.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
His
You
vote
guys
is
are good buddies.
his vote is for the
Well,
love
he's from
guru.
Bowling Green, so I've got to go that route.
You visit Haddonfield a lot?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got? What about you, Lee? What do you think?
Leatherface can run at more of a speed than the normal Michael
He
Myers
does run.
saunter.
Michael Myers doesn't run. That's right.
Leatherface isn't a dingbat fucking blonde who's going to fall in a hole or get
Wow.
caught in a bear trap or whatever the fuck happens.
Well said.
Supernatural or not, the chainsaw beats the butcher.
It doesn't matter if you're supernatural if you're laying in 6 pieces.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. It's not like his
And
body
like in
comes
these
back
fights,
together.
like supernatural really isn't a clue because Freddy's supernatural, but Jason hacks him up in 7 pieces. He can't he's not magic. He can't
right.
put himself back together and get up and fight. So.
Yeah. So my vote's for Leatherface.
All right, man. 1-1. What do you got, Joe? That's gonna be a good one.
I'm going to say this. I vote for Leatherface. However, I don't technically think that Mike Myers, with him being supernatural, he may be able not to die. But Leatherface will be wearing his sorry ass.
He'll be wearing a Shatner mask.
Nice.
A spray painted Shatner mask.
And making his silly sounds and
Oh, John
going right
Carpenter.
on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, Leatherface got my
Oh, we got 2-1. Jordan, what do you
I
think?
really have no idea where people think Michael Myers is so fucking great. I don't get it. Supernatural or not,
Mike
JB
Myers-
Lee's courage stopped him by poking him in the eye with a coat hanger. Like
Would that
everybody's like,
stop you?
yeah, but everybody, but I'm not supernatural.
Did he have any more movies
So if
than the
like
one?
so everybody's like, well, he's supernatural now, so I'm going to assume he always was. You know, you don't just become ghost
Yeah,
magic.
But he kind of did though, like in part
I
4.
don't know, whatever. Leatherface.
You go with Leatherface.
He's just nuts. I don't think he's going to give up, and he's been doing it a long time.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
and he'll clock you in the face with a hammer and put you on a meat hook.
And you don't mess with Texas.
No,
You don't.
it's its own goddamn country. So,
Well said.
I'm going Leatherface.
Leatherface it is. What about you, Ed?
Here's the thing. In regards to what Lee was talking about with Michael Myers, because he doesn't run, it doesn't matter how fast you run. No matter when you turn around, he's going to be like 2 steps behind you. I mean, the guy can Olympic power walk with the best of them. So, but no,
That's true.
But here's the thing. Actually, my vote is going to go to Leatherface because
Good.
Leatherface is just going to be just throwing that chainsaw around, screaming to high hell, and just going nuts. And
Leatherface just needs a coat hanger
but in all
and a
honesty,
second-story window. Over.
exactly. But in all honesty, I think Leatherface has this hands down.
Yeah.
What about you?
I
Jimmy?
really
Man.
don't. I don't know. I don't see how Michael Myers could even come close.
I gotta go with Leatherface, and it's not just because it's like the first horror movie I ever saw. Man, I'm really I'm really close to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Man, I love the movies. That was back when I don't know what happened to Tobe Hooper, but that was back when he could direct a film,
Yeah.
and it actually didn't look like it was made by a college student. I gotta go with Leatherface, man. Leatherface is a tough ass. Like I said, it doesn't matter how big you are, how tall you are, how supernatural you are. There's not much you can get done when you're laying in like 12 pieces.
Yep.
And dude's wearing your face.
We see Michael Myers would just kind of saunter around. Leatherface just off you know,
Right.
like he did with that
And we're
one
not
asshole.
talking like the sequels. I'm talking
no,
Gunnar
I know,
Hansen.
I know.
Gunnar Hansen, the original.
Because that one
Leatherface.
asshole just opened the door up and donk over.
Yeah.
Like so.
So yeah, Leatherface takes it by a landslide.
In a landslide, the number 2 defeats the number 3, so Leatherface advances.
All right. What we got next, Ed?
All right. So, in all honesty, let's stay with this side of the brackets. Let's go with comics.
Comics. Oh, here's where the shit's gonna hit the fan.
All right. So, we're going to start off with which one are we going to start off with, folks?
The number 8 Spawn versus the number 5 Wolverine.
All right. So, like I said, and in the first round, the number 8 Spawn defeated the number 1 seed in an upset. We're talking
Fuck that.
insane. So
Yeah,
Spawn
whatever.
advanced, and he will be going against
Bullshit.
Wolverine, who beat out Iron Man.
You can complain all you want. It's the powers of hell versus a stupid college photographer.
Exactly. So the number 8 Spawn versus the number 5 Wolverine.
You're such a dick.
It's so bitter.
The disgruntled Lee
That's
will
me.
start.
Okay, so we always talk about where are they fighting, or the environment, and of course Wolverine. He had a full day before the fight.
He's pretty much good anywhere though.
Yeah, he went and had his sage talk with the lunch lady Lee.
he did. He did. Yeah.
She gave him some really good advice.
Oh, I see where this is going.
She went to the IT man to see if he got into Cerebro.
Still haven't fixed him yet.
He hasn't, but he did update
Son
his
of a bitch.
antivirus software.
He
Son
went
of a
with
binary bitch.
You go with McAfee. Anyways, and then he stopped by the janitor's closet where Jordan was smoking cigarettes.
and dreaming about Rogue.
And consoling the janitor, so he got his self-esteem up.
That's right.
Absolutely. And then on the way out, he got some grooming tips from our
Sharpened his
Resident-
claws up a bit.
Yeah, I told him to
landscaper.
tape down the points and maybe just level it off into a flat
Sure,
top.
flat
Looks
top.
good, yeah, absolutely. I trimmed his sideburns a little bit for him. He's looking good.
and,
sharp.
with that said, fuck Spawn. I vote for Wolverine.
All right. All right, Joe. We're
Joey.
going around to Joe.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Logan as well. Spawn, he does have the powers of hell, but as proved in the comics, they do have limits.
That's true.
Wolverine regenerates. So yeah, they'd have a grueling battle. They'd tear shit up. It'd go on and on and on. But in the end, Wolverine could probably lop his fucking moated head off and be done.
The indestructible will prevail. Jordan, what do you think?
I'm actually agree with Joey because you can kill Spawn by cutting his fucking head off.
That's right.
And I don't
Which would be easy for a guy who has
super sharp claws, and they're both wet work guys.
Snip.
But Wolverine's been doing it a long time. So anyway, I don't think Wolverine would hesitate. I think he'd get the jump on Spawn. Now Spawn's tough, but I mean, after he'd cut that fucker's head right off.
Right on, Eddie. What do you think?
Over.
I mean, in all honesty, I love Spawn like there's no other, but shut up, guys. I'm sorry I say in all honesty all the time. But in all honesty, get over it. But anyways, I'm actually going to go with Wolverine on this one, even though I love Spawn. But I just think Wolverine is just going to go through his cape. The cape is not going to be an issue for Wolverine. He's just going to chop his head off and move on.
And his sideburns are looking great.
They're looking fantastic. You did a great job on
Thank
them.
you,
Jeremy?
I got to go with Wolvie, man. He's and again, he's just another character I felt way closer to than Spawn. There's something about being raised by a mother who's a preacher and reading comics about a guy who has the powers of hell behind him. Like, I feel like this intangible finger is pointing down on me saying, no, 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 no.
That's not the password.
So I got to go with Wolvie. Wolvie Berserk, man. He's there. What about you, Mike? What do you think?
I'm going to make this an all-for-one Wolverine.
There you go.
Absolutely,
By a
hands down,
landslide.
because number one, Marvel all the way. Marvel rocks. But number two, Wolverine, healing factor. I've seen the man basically go down to nothing but eyeballs and a skeleton and could regenerate given enough time.
Yeah.
And I agree. Lop off Spawn's head. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
amazingly enough, I said lop off a head earlier, and I was voted down and still lost. I want to go back to a previous
I
one.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't here for that podcast.
What a boring dude.
Yeah, but that's right. Freddy doesn't have adamantium claws.
You don't know that. That's not been talked
That
about.
was the fannest of fanboys like I've ever seen. Like the passive aggressive response. He's like, he didn't even look at Mike when he said it. He's
No,
like,
no
looking
eye
down.
contact.
He's
No
like,
eye
yeah, but
contact.
Freddy doesn't even have adamantium claws, so you clearly don't know what you're talking about, noob.
So Wolverine moves on.
Just totally fanboyed out. That was awesome.
Wolvie.
Yeah, that's cool. Wolvie it is, man. We're moving on, Ed. What you got next?
All right. Well, in the next matchup, in the first round, it was Hulk versus Thor,
Oh.
and the Green Man Hulk advanced on, and he faces the winner of Batman and Hellboy, and Hellboy with his big fist.
The big upset.
Yeah, he
Upsetting
advanced.
fist.
So we have the number 3 seed Hulk versus the number 7 seed Hellboy, and Joey, go.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm a big fan of both of these guys. One also has the power of hell behind him, but the Hulk has proven that the more pissed off he gets, he kind of becomes a freaking juggernaut all of his own. Yeah, Hellboy does have the power of hell and a big ass arm. But,
And a big gun. Let's
big
not
gun.
forget the
Let's-
big gun
yeah.
and kitty cats.
and kitty cats, yeah.
Yes.
And so that
Cigars.
the
Pancakes.
cats win for me, but we'll say I'm gonna vote to Hulk
Yeah, go with the Hulk.
because he may not be able to kill Hellboy, but he could easily incapacitate him.
Yeah.
And so
Well done, Joe. What do you think, Jordan?
I'm gonna go with Hulk as well because yes, as impressive as Hellboy's huge fist is, the Hulk has 2 huge fists and two huge
Well,
fists.
two's just too many.
Now you're just showing off. No, I'm going with Hulk, and I agree with Joey. I mean, like Hellboy's powers are probably they are at a
He's
limit.
a fucking demon. you
Oh
know?
yeah, I mean, but he's probably got a certain limit. Whereas
Right.
Hulk is, like I said, the more pissed off he gets, the more powerful he gets. I don't
Right.
even think they've ever been able to fully gauge him. have
And we
they?
forget, like in the Hellboy 2 movie, and I hate referencing the movie over the comic, but do you remember in Hellboy 2, he took like a spear from the Pale Ninja? I can't remember his name. The one that had the twin sister whose nose bled all the time. He took a spear and it got broken off inside of him, and it couldn't be removed for whatever reason. I can't remember why. I need to watch that again, actually. And it took him down. Like, he was damn near dead.
Yeah.
And he had to go see the big thing that had the eyes and the hands that was like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of weak sauce, but
is it Nomak from Blade?
Yeah, I believe
pointing
it was.
that
I believe
out,
it was
yeah.
the same guy.
What
I'm
about
going
you,
with
Ed?
Hulk.
Going home.
All right, I'm actually going to go with Hulk Smash as well because the simple fact that Hellboy is going to throw everything he can at Hulk, and it's just going to get him
Now,
more.
is that in all honesty, or is it?
No, truthfully.
Okay,
Um,
truthfully.
But no, and it's just gonna piss Hulk off, and he's just gonna just go crazy and just like bash his head in, and just won't stop until the referee like rings the bell to disqualify him.
Right on. So Eddie's got Hulk. I am going to bring up a point that all of you seem to forget about Hellboy. All right, he has a really big fist,
But Hulk has 2.
and we discussed this earlier, Eddie. I could have swore you were just sitting here, right here, when we said that 2 was too many. I gotta go. I gotta go with Hellboy, man. He's just he's tough, and he there's the whole big fist. I don't know if you guys remember that he had the big fist or not, but he has a really big fist.
He didn't have a lasso.
He would overwhelm Hulk with kitty.
He has a really big gun, and I'm a big fan of Ron Perlman, who I thought did an amazing job as Hellboy in the film. So I'm just gonna go with Hellboy because fucking everyone's going with Hulk. I already know it. So, Mike, what do you think?
Wow, no pressure on me with everybody's going with Hulk there. No, I go with Hulk absolutely 100% because
Shock.
Yeah, shut up. Because for me, it's the angrier Hulk gets, the madder Hulk gets, and like you said, they have not tested his limits yet. I actually have a comic of Hulk versus Superman, and Hulk actually put the smackdown on Superman because Superman's powers reach a certain level, cannot go any higher. Hulk's have not been measured yet.
That's a good point. Lee, what do you think, buddy?
Well, this is, Fist versus Fist, which is not to be confused with the 2012 adult film.
I've never seen that, ever. I've never seen that in my bedroom on Blu-ray.
I've seen it twice.
Wait a minute. You guys did the video commentary, but it just hasn't been like put up yet.
I'm in it. I'm actually in that movie.
Then I really want to see it.
He's the stunt double for the Fist.
Why couldn't I have been the cameraman? Go on, Lee.
I'm going to go with Hellboy, just to go against the grain, and to be honest, the powers of hell. He smokes cigars, and
he has a lot of cats.
That speaks to me.
And I don't know if you know, but he's got the big fist.
Yes.
Have we mentioned the gun yet?
It's a big gun that he holds.
It
with
is a
the
massive
big fist.
gun.
It really is.
Yeah.
And then nothing against Hulk. Like, I'm a huge Hulk fan. Hulk, as far as Marvel characters goes, Hulk is definitely one of my favorites. But just because fuck everyone, I'm going with Hellboy. Sure. That's the only reason. So
it's 4-2.
Yeah,
and
it looks like 4-2.
I think Hulk wins.
Hulk smashed.
Hulk smashed to the next round. All right, so we're gonna jump over into the video games bracket.
Hell yeah.
All right, so in round 1, it was Solid Snake versus Ryu. Thank you, Joey.
Ryu.
From Street Fighter.
No,
and so the number one seed.
No, you.
The number 1 seed Snake advanced on, and he faces the winner between the matchup that just broke my heart. Mega Man X versus Cloud Strife. Well, Cloud Strife advanced. So we have the number 1 seed Solid Snake versus the number 4 seed Cloud Strife. And in this one, Jordan, you get to start us off.
We already know what my answer is, but I love both of them so much. They're 2 of my favorite video game characters of all time. Snake's tough. He's done some wet work too. He's got a mastery of all kinds of arsenals of weapons, but I'm gonna have to go with Cloud just simply because
I like him better.
I do, but it's also just the materia and just his skill set.
Right on.
He's got Mako running through him. He's pretty much superhuman. I don't think it's going to take a lot to put Cloud down. I mean, so I'm going with Cloud there. So.
Fair enough.
I'm actually in this one. I think it'd be a fun fight because the simple fact, Cloud would just be so pissed off because he wouldn't be able to find Snake. Snake, they would be in some warehouse and
scan material.
Yeah, and good point. But Snake would be in a box, and so Cloud would just say screw it and just do Knights of the Round. So every box would get sliced and diced, and I think Snake just wouldn't be able to just compete against that. So I'm going to go with Cloud Strife.
Oh, okay. I'm actually going to go with Cloud Strife on here because if there's anything that any of you guys know, it's that I love RPGs.
Wow.
Is it too late to change my vote?
No, you can change it if you want because, obviously you're just not sincere.
I'm going to go with Solid Snake just by virtue of the fact that I've actually played and enjoyed Metal Gear Solid. So.
Shocking.
What about you, Mike?
You know, I hate saying it. I couldn't give you two shits about either one of these.
Wow.
All right, okay, here we go.
Say what you mean.
All right.
But I'm going to go with Snake because I figure Cloud has to wait his turn, and Snake's going to take him out.
No one's ever
I don't
brought
left
that up.
field.
That was actually pretty good. I respect that.
Turn or not, he's still gonna win.
You cannot accept defeat.
Omni Slash. Go on, Lee.
Snake's
Lee, what do you
old
think?
now. He's an old man.
I'm sticking with my boy Cloud.
There you go.
Final Fantasy VII is the best game ever. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Well, there went the. There went
No,
the
I was
tiebreaker.
looking off in the distance.
Oh, I was
not
like,
you.
what about? What? I love Final Fantasy
No,
VII.
I'm gonna fuck you.
But go on.
Snake hides in a box. He has, he has a gun and he smokes, which, speak to me. The smoking part, not the guns. Fuck Republicans.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I love you.
I just want to go ahead and say we love everyone. If
Everybody.
you're listening to us, we love you. Gay, straight, Republican, Democrat, fucking atheist, Christian.
Black, white.
Flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, but sometimes our mouths get away from us, and I'm the worst about it. We've actually had to start an episode over because there's one particular word that we just kept throwing. Lee and I kept throwing back and forth, and our
Yeah,
mouths
we
get
did.
away from us. So
It
we
was.
love,
It
we
was.
love every one of you so much.
It was not the N word, so don't worry about that.
No, of course not.
But go on, Lee.
My vote's for Cloud.
There you
Cloud
go.
it is.
Cloud Strike.
What about you, Joe? This is a tough one for Joe. He's a big Metal Gear Solid fan, right, Joe?
I love Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I also love Final Fantasy. It's one of my very favorite, or Final Fantasy 7 and 6 specifically. Cloud definitely is going to overwhelm Snake with all the different shit that he has, but let's just say, out of luck of the draw, Snake pulls some CQC on him and cuts his fucking throat.
That's what he did.
That's vicious.
That's about the only way good old Snake's going to win, but Cloud's going to buster sword that ass.
So who's it going to be, Joe?
Mr. Strifer.
All right.
All right, that's going to do it. That's
4-2.
4-2. So Cloud, the number 4 seed, defeats the number 1 seed.
CQC, bitches.
real shit.
Midgar for life.
Bahamut.
All right,
All right.
Eddie, who's up next, buddy?
All right, we have Cole McGrath versus Samus. And let's not forget, in the first round, Cole McGrath defeated Link.
Yeah, he did.
Boo.
And in the other round, in the first round, we had John Marston lose to Samus Aran. So the number 3 seed, Cole
Bullshit.
McGrath.
No, it's not bullshit.
So the number 3, Cole
No.
McGrath versus the number 7 seed, Samus Aran.
She's beating the shit out of things way tougher than
Well,
John Marston.
I
He's a
feel-
tough motherfucker. But she is Trump. But yeah.
I feel kind of sorry for John in that respect because, yeah, he'd be totally overwhelmed by high technology. So
He's just confused the whole fight. Like, what's going on?
we love you, John, but you can't fight gravity.
So in this one, I think
You
Jordan.
can't fight nature either, John.
John, listen up, John.
So I think Jordan, you start us off on this one.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
It's your
Oh wow. On this one, actually, in all honesty, I did some looking up on Mark McGrath,
No, his name is Cole McGrath. You
and
son of a bitch. Show some respect.
Your research is null and void at this
no,
point.
actually, I did some research on Cole McGrath, and he was a fantastic character with some amazing abilities.
Absolutely.
But in all honesty, Samus Aran is just insane.
Are you doing this on purpose now? I'm just curious.
What?
Apparently not. Okay, continue.
Okay. Keep going, Ed.
Continue.
No, I'm sorry. This is actually just part of my vocabulary.
Okay.
I can't help it. My wife makes fun of me about it on the daily. So, anyways, I'm actually gonna go with Samus on this one because I just think she has like all the gadgets. I think she can, lay the bombs. I mean, and also, I just think Cole McGrath would be totally overwhelmed. I know he has some amazing powers, but I mean, you're going against Samus Aran, who can destroy planets. So there you go, Samus Aran.
Jeremy.
Oh,
Jack,
I'm
wake
sorry.
up.
I'm awake now.
I love you, Jeremy.
Man, say what you will about Sam, and I enjoyed whatever the fuck game she was in.
Metroid.
Yeah, I know. I was being an
Joust.
asshole. Centipede.
I thought you were gonna say balloon fight there.
Booble bobble.
And I enjoyed the first Metroid. It's the only one I ever played. I couldn't afford the Super Metroid when it came out.
For $107.
Man, I gotta go with Cole McGrath. I was just a huge fan. I don't know what it is about him, but I connected with that guy. Like I really loved Cole McGrath. I gotta go with him. He's got the cool powers, lightning, and of course, if you ever played Part 2, you know he gets to add.
Ice and fire.
Yeah, you get to pick between ice and fire. So you get ice or fire along with his electrical powers.
Quick question for you:
Yeah.
evil or good McGrath?
I gotta go with good McGrath. I like the ice powers, man. I thought they were cool. I like the Phoenix move where he would like vanish and like fly or whatever.
Yeah.
But I gotta go with I like the ice launch. It got you around a lot quicker, I thought. I gotta go Cole McGrath, man. I love the and not so much Cole McGrath Infamous, but Cole McGrath Infamous 2. I thought the guy that voiced him was excellent. He was on the show The Killing, and he's a wonderful actor. I don't know why he's not more famous because he's wonderful. He's a great actor and a cool voice actor. I thought he did a great McGrath. He brought a new level to McGrath. Not that I take myself super seriously, but I can still be a badass and kind of have a sense of humor and still make like fat jokes to Zeke. So,
I love Zeke.
Zeke truly redeemed himself in the second game. He
Yeah,
was a bit
I
of a
agree.
dick in
He
the
was a
first game.
cocksucker. in the
Yeah, I
first one,
hated him, and then the second one I was like, I like Zeke now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
they
really
did-
cool. I got to go with Cole McGrath's got my vote. Mike, what do you think?
I'm
All
going to
right.
go with Cole McGrath only because for me, I think power overpowers technology anytime because a lot of times that's willpower. If you are fighting and you come down to basically it's your ass on the line, you're going to spark up to the next level. It's probably why he keeps getting extra powers or whatnot when your ass is on the
Well,
line.
because he's kicking ass and taking names. That's how you
Pretty
unlock
much.
the power.
And so I think when push comes to shove, Cole McGrath on that one.
Mike throwing out the fundamentals, man.
Well
That
said,
was
sir.
nice.
Well said. Lee, what about you, buddy?
Why the fuck do I have to follow this guy? He gives like really good answers, and then I'm like, I like triangles. You know?
I can count the potato. Lee, can you count the potato? Can you say my base phone?
Sweet potato. Okay, this match, kind of like yours from the last round, I could give two shits about both.
Really?
But it comes down to who beat my favorite, and therefore I'm not picking them in this round. And
okay.
between Link and John Marsden, video game character wise, John Marsden's my favorite. I'm going with Cole McGrath.
All right,
the
that's what I-
bitterness.
Wow, we got a close fight here.
Mike did bring up an excellent point.
He makes you want to root for Cole, like he's like going through this shit. He's like hard times, and the more he faces, he's like a plant. Like the more frost it lives through, the stronger it produces marijuana, potatoes.
I think Mike wrote his autobiography.
Go ahead, Joe. What do you think, buddy?
I'm going to say, different universes have different powers. Blah blah blah. Geek geek geek. Nerd nerd nerd. Okay.
Nerd!
I'm gonna say Cole probably could overwhelm Samus. I got a feeling, with his sheer power and willpower that Mike mentioned, I just got a feeling he'd probably overwhelm that damn suit that she's got on, be it alien devised or otherwise.
And then she would be naked.
And he would like that.
And then they'd be,
He'd be sort of into that.
Isaac Clarke wins.
What's your vote, Joe? Who you got, buddy?
I'm going with Cole.
Oh. Jordan, what do you think?
It doesn't matter what I say now, but I'm going to go with Samus just because everything Cole's got, she can counter. She has an equivalent. He's got ice powers. She has an ice beam. I'm going with Samus. She's tricked out. She's good to go. He's got fire. She has a plasma beam. He's got electricity. She has a wave beam and a space.
Okay, but at the same time, she's got a and he's got a So why does she?
He can fly around. She's got the space jump.
Did you just call Samus a trick?
Okay, but here's my question though. She can counter everything that he has, which means in turn he can counter everything that she has. So why Samus?
She has power bombs and missiles,
Like
she's blown
a
up.
jackknife power bomb? Like she power bombs people?
She could in that suit.
Diesel comes out and just lifts
No,
her
it would
up.
It
be-
doesn't bump.
It would be a tough fight, but just based off Samus's history, she's accomplished more than Cole has.
Let's
So
put it
I'm
this
gonna,
way.
I'm gonna
her-
say she's gonna win.
Fair enough.
their kid would be a tough motherfucker.
Oh yeah, It's not like it wouldn't be. It's not like it'd be a landslide. No, it would be Empire City would be fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with her.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say you voted for her because she can roll up in a ball.
No.
And
It's
Hellboy
just-
has a big fist.
They can
she can roll up in a ball.
They can counter each other. I just think she has the edge.
Fair enough.
So.
Fair enough.
All right, so in a vote of 4-2, Cole McGrath advances.
Oh yeah, he does.
And so, congrats to the lead singer of Sugar Ray. I wish him the best of luck in the next round.
He would whip the dog shit out of that pussy.
Answer the phone.
Hey, we love
Get on
everybody
with
here.
the bracket, Eddie.
Okay.
We're doing the
No, we
action
don't love
movies.
Mark McGrath.
No, we love everybody. I just got scolded.
But anyways,
I sure
all
as hell don't.
all right. So, anyways, we are now moving on to the action movies part of the bracket. In the first round, Mr. Miyagi defeated Dalton from Roadhouse.
Of course. Roadhouse.
You're damn right he did.
And Mr. Miyagi is facing Ray Jackson from Bloodsport.
Motherfucker, this is the fight I did not want to see.
And Ray Jackson defeated T2. So
That's
from
right.
Joey
the
had,
Terminator
Joey
from
had Cloud
T2.
versus Snake, and everybody else had their ones they didn't want to see. I did not want to see Ray Jackson versus Mr. Miyagi.
I have a
So,
question,
or
really.
Yuki Miyagi.
Before we give it to you, Jeremy, how would this fight even have come about?
Would you like me to give you a little history? We
Please.
covered this in a previous episode.
No, I just how would it?
Well, what you don't know is that if you'll remember from the ballad of Philip Raymond Jackson Jr.,
Mhm.
we learned that in a in a fight in a fairgrounds in Broken Bow, Oklahoma, is where he first heard a smattering of jive, backstage jive about an event being held in mainland China every year
Uh-huh.
called the Kumite. What I failed to mention, because it was not intrinsic to the story, it was not organic to the story, was that at that very fight, Daniel LaRusso was there, and Mr. Miyagi was in his corner. So naturally, Ray had a few beers. He's shucking and jiving, talking his shit backstage like he always does, and Miyagi was not going to stand for it. I mean,
Okay,
it's just-
all right.
and that's how that come about. That's where they first met.
Okay.
So, and all this is 100% true. It all happened because I wrote it down on paper. So,
all right,
Okay.
so this matchup, the number 1 seed, Mr. Miyagi, versus the number 4 seed, Ray Jackson. Jeremy,
okay, so
go.
if this fight is in any way takes place like it did the infamous Chung Lee versus versus Ray Jackson battle, I feel terribly sorry for Ray Jackson, but I also feel that he learned his lesson. Okay, he had Chung on the ropes. He had that motherfucker on the ropes, and he got a little cocky,
Mhm.
celebrated a little too much. Before you know it, he has that big, muscly, big-titted Chinese man kicking the dog shit out of his big, flappy moves. So I feel like he's learned his lesson. So there's not going to be any of that. He's not going to Diddy Kong Miyagi on top of the head and then go, "Yeah, Freaky! Look at him, buddy! Look at him, buddy!" That shit's over. So I feel like it is going to be a straightforward fight. He's not going to get cocky. The only problem is, and then I pointed this out before in some burned audio we had from the last episode, is that Miyagi in 4 films has only ever been struck
Once.
one time, and it was by some chicken shit coward motherfucker that hit him in the back when he wasn't looking. And it's the thing is that the eyes that Miyagi has in the back of his head, like the hair got in them, and he hadn't done his emo flip to get the hair out of his eyes. Then that chicken shit cocksucker in the red hat smacked him in the back with a fucking pole. That's the only time he's ever been struck in 4 films. So I mean, it's really tough. I love both of these characters, but I got to give it to Miyagi. I mean, Ray got his fucking face stomped in, and I hate that because I love him so much because he has a lot of skull and high tops.
Mhm.
But I got to give it to Mr. Miyagi, man. He's just too much to fucking handle, and I hated thank you for the consolation. I hated making this decision. I got to go with Mr. Miyagi. Miyagi, no.
I will have to say, Jeremy, that was probably the hardest thing you've ever had to decide on, because that was, I mean, you felt it, dude. I think I saw tears welling up in your ducts.
There's all these decisions. I made a decision to take this job, just like that. I made a decision to marry my fiance, bam, just like that. But something about this fight. I don't know what it
Now,
is.
I have to ask, are you actually saying you put more thought into this fake fight than you did being engaged to your fiance?
Why you got to be a dick, Mike?
No, I'm asking because she's eyeballing me, and I'm just asking.
No.
Good
Right?
answer.
No.
No,
Was it no?
good answer.
No. Yeah. No. I didn't.
Good.
I didn't ever. I
You're a
didn't,
wise
no.
man.
Well, the point I was making is that I didn't have to put any thought into it because I love that zany broad over there across the room more than anything else in this world, and it was a no brainer. It was bam, bam, bam. It was just
Dude, that
punched
was
me in the
beautiful.
face like
That
a
was beautiful.
sack of dicks.
Okay, we lost beautiful right there. That's okay.
You use your tongue purtier than a $20 whore.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. What about you, buddy? What do you think of this fight?
I'm going Mr. Miyagi on this, and I know a lot of people will doubt it, but every time he breaks something, he can do that nice little clap, heel it up, he's good to go.
That's true. Yeah, he could do that to himself.
And he owned Arnold's on Happy Day, so he can cook too. So,
Well said. He can fucking cook a burger.
and if anybody doesn't know what that is, I'm old and just shut up.
Yeah, that's right. He'll warm a burger and he'll warm your heart.
Yes,
He really will. Miyagi, it is. Lee.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock.
that's right.
I know exactly what he's talking about. In that defense, fuck Miyagi.
Oh. Them's
Okay.
fighting words.
This is really pent up anger from the burned episode that we did last time. You wonderful people won't hear any of that.
Somebody's being petty tonight.
So I'm going to go with Miyagi only because I know who it's going to come down to. I would hope
And
on
he
the next
won't-
vote.
I don't know. Nope, not on my end. We'll see.
Okay. So
He wants a fight.
no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going Ray Jackson. It's 2-1.
wow.
Joey, what do you think?
Wow.
I hate to say it. I didn't grow up with the Karate Kid. I didn't grow up with Bloodsport.
What the fuck, guys?
I grew up with neither one. It's hard for me to
I
even
just
think
made
about what
myself
to say.
I was really hurt. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry to interrupt you, buddy.
But
Did not grow up with Karate Kid. That's odd.
I didn't. I really didn't. But
Did your parents love you?
yeah, they did. But
Okay.
I was into video games more than movies.
Fair enough.
And-
Neither one had a video game except for Karate Kid.
And I played the Karate Kid game and it sucked. And I don't know.
Like he's
a whole
leaning
lot.
on the game. Like, well, the game sucks. so
I don't
the
know.
movie-
I don't know a whole lot about either one of them. So
Fair
You
enough.
know a lot about Ray Jackson due to the ballad.
to the ballad, yeah.
You did. You did
But,
listen to the ballad
So apparently Miyagi owned a grill, a cafe.
in
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Yeah.
Well, he gets my vote.
Miyagi sign. Jordan, what do you think, buddy? I know it's a tough one for you too. These are two characters you and I love very, very much.
It's tough, but I mean, like,
I mean, we'll look at it this way. Like Ray does have skull, a lot of
agree.
skull. He just eats a whole can at a
no,
time.
it's Miyagi, no question. It hurts, but I'm gonna say that they fight. Miyagi gets him, and he teaches Ray a lesson. They shake hands, and they have a beer together. And Miyagi gets drunk and talks about his wife that died during the war.
They do, and then Ray carries him to bed.
There you go. and
They
it ends
become
well.
friends in the end.
Yeah, it ends well, but Miyagi's gonna get the shit out of him.
Yeah, well,
So.
we all know it now.
That was great. I'm sorry, I had this visual in my head of Big Ray Jackson
Sing happy song. Oh, no.
carrying Mr. Miyagi to bed.
Yeah, the music in the background is On the Wings of Love, by the way.
No, it's Gloria Love by Peter Cetera.
You are right.
There you go.
I stand corrected.
And that's only Jordan only knows that because he's actually a Peter Cetera fan.
Well, and he's used it.
I don't know. Inexplicably, he's a Peter Cetera fan.
I like 3 songs.
Nice.
But that's a
Isn't
good
that
song.
all he had released?
Yeah.
All right, Ed. What do you got, buddy? What do you think?
I actually, in all honesty, like I've been gung ho for Mr. Miyagi, but after listening to the Ballad of Ray Jackson, and he
He's
just
had
had
it tough, man.
he
really
has
had a tough
something
way
to
go.
fight for, and I just think no matter how many crane kicks Mr. Miyagi delivers to him, I think Ray Jackson is going to reach down into his heart and into his soul, and
Into his skull.
yeah, and he's going to sweep the leg, and he's going to take Mr. Miyagi and he's just gonna bash his head. I just think he's just gonna like think of the girl that he lost due to the bad father.
So is Miyagi, the woman he lost.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. This happened more recently to Ray Jackson, so it's fresher.
It's still fresh. It's still fresh. You forget that shit.
Yeah, I mean seriously, dude, come on. Anyways, I'm gonna give this to Ray Jackson, but in all honesty, in going over the count, Mr. Miyagi wins 4-2. So the number 1 seed,
Miyagi-Do Karate. Represent.
Miyagi advances.
All right, Eddie, get on it quick, buddy. Who do we move to next?
Okay, in the first round we had John McClane from Die Hard going up against RoboCop. RoboCop advanced. He won that battle, and he faces.
So what you may have forgotten is Carl Winslow killed a kid.
He did. But and so RoboCop. Well, RoboCop goes against Bruce Lee, who defeated Frank Martin, which was a pretty fun fight.
Bullshit.
So in this matchup, the number 6 seed RoboCop versus the number 2 seed Bruce Lee. Mike.
Oh man, Mike, that's you, buddy.
Oh God, why do I have to start this one off? I'm looking between these two, and of course I grew up on the original RoboCop.
Right on. Me too.
Absolutely nothing could stop RoboCop.
Mike, have you taken a moment to actually check out our RoboCop commentary? If we could take a second to plug some of our earlier stuff. Have you watched that commentary?
Why do you want to embarrass me? No, I haven't.
You really haven't.
No.
I thought you were a super fan and super friend.
Well,
Mike Miller.
I employ you, but that's why I'm here.
The boss has spoken.
I don't really like him, but he signs my checks.
It's kind of awkward, but I'm here.
Yeah.
But no, I grew up on the original RoboCop. Give me a brief rundown so I know, and people that also are like me and didn't listen to it know.
Well, the thing is that his actual full name is not RoboCop. It's actually Robert Cop. A lot of people don't know that. And that's really the only thing you have to take away other than Joey's... Joey, what is that? What does the guy, the toxic waste guy, sound like? We did that commentary, and Joey kept doing that, and we couldn't commentate on anything because we were all like doubled over belly laughing at the damn guy that got sprayed. Remember the guy that gets splashed with the toxic waste? Yeah. Yeah, then that's really the 2 key points. It's actually Robert Cobb. They wrote it on his cake at his birthday party. Like they bought a secondhand cake from Walmart.
Get well soon, Robert.
Like one of those ones that was on like manager special, and it just said "Get well soon, Robert." So his name is actually Robert.
Fucking icing and wrote "Cop" on it.
Cop. Like the font doesn't even match. It just says "Cop."
It's that icing that Beth had that one time that looked like a white cat turd.
Or those shitty little icing letters.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Mike? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be the Cop? Is it going to be the?
I love the original 2 RoboCops. After that, it went downhill. Bruce Lee is just timeless, and I'm going to have to go with Bruce Lee.
Oh, Lee will be happy. Lee, buddy, I know you're a big Bruce Lee fan, right?
Huge. And, fuck RoboCop. Fuck Carl Winslow.
Wow.
He did kill a kid.
I don't care. If RoboCop brings his friend Carl Winslow, he pulls him from John McClane's world and brings him with him.
He does.
Bruce Lee brings Chuck Norris. You can't beat that.
I think the internet just made Chuck Norris tough. I don't think Chuck Norris ever made himself.
I wouldn't fuck with Chuck Norris.
I wouldn't fuck with any single person on this bracket.
He's
let's be
like
honest.
75.
Yeah, it's still
He's
better
old.
shape than I will ever
Absolutely.
be. That's so sad.
Damn Skippy.
I hate myself.
All day, every day, Bruce Lee. Joey?
Bruce Lee it is, buddy. What do you think, Joe?
I'd say he's going to pull that gun out of his leg and blow the dragon away.
Whoa.
RoboCop's got my vote.
Bullshit.
Jordan, what do you think, man?
I'm going RoboCop. As fast as Bruce Lee is, he can't fucking dodge a bullet, and RoboCop's gun shot 3
That's
at
true.
once.
And like, how much damage can a kick do to like fucking titanium?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
so sorry.
Lee is so angry. He's like, no, this is not it.
You still have a chance.
Now you still
And
have a
clearly,
still got a
he's not
chance.
timeless.
Oh.
Oh, Joey, that was
Rosie.
bad.
Oh. Bad.
When you think about Joe's last battle was won by
Bad
food.
Christmas spirit, Joey. Bad
Oh,
Christmas.
You're damn
Joey
right
does
it was.
that.
Your determining factor was, can he grill a burger?
So
Can
he
he-
owned a cafe or something. Yeah, he wins.
Can he grill me a burger?
Were those hamburgers timeless?
I like that. let me point out that none of these fights, none of the discussions are rooted in anything other than just shit we make up on the fly. Like, he owned a diner, so I gotta go with him.
You gotta go with your heart. That might give out soon.
And I love the Bruce Lee films.
I really
he
did
was-
too,
He
yeah.
was kick ass, but
Absolutely.
Eddie.
All right. In all honesty, I mean, this was actually kind of a hard thing for me because I actually grew up loving Bruce Lee, but I also love RoboCop with every ounce of my being as well. But I mean, the thing is, I mean, I've got to look at it like this. I mean, RoboCop is RoboCop. I mean, there's not much Bruce Lee can do
Exactly.
to
So
that.
you should vote Bruce Lee based on that fucking statement.
Why do you hate RoboCop so much?
In all honesty, I mean, not in all honesty, but
Only
I'm-
partial, honestly.
yeah,
Only partial, honestly.
We're gonna have to put a shock collar on you or something.
I say it all the time. I mean, it's just part of me. It's what makes me me.
And that's why we love him.
No,
A
you
little.
don't.
I don't.
Anyways, my vote is actually going to go for RoboCop.
RoboCop. Actually, I'm going to go. Strangely, I'm going to pull like a little twist here. I'm going to go with Bruce Lee.
Ooh, are we at a?
We are at 3-3.
Oh,
I have a coin.
Oh.
But in all honesty, really fast though, let's hear what Jeremy has to say in regards to this battle.
Well, I got to be honest. I based all my criteria on hard evidence. The hard evidence being, before the bracket episode was over tonight, I wanted at least one tie. So that's really, and it's only did that because I'm a big fan of both. We did the commentary on RoboCop. RoboCop I grew up with. Bruce Lee I grew up with. Old shitty, poorly acted Bruce Lee films. Old shitty, poorly acted RoboCop films. I loved them both so much. So
So are we going to the official Hers sponsored coin?
yes. Flip a chip.
Okay. So heads Bruce Lee wins, tails RoboCop loses.
no,
Hey,
that's not a thing. I caught that.
Okay, so who picks who's what?
Bruce. We'll take the Bruce Lee side. What do you think? We want tails or heads?
Bruce Lee should
Bruce
be
Lee
heads.
heads.
Considering that all that was left of the real RoboCop and Alex Murphy was his head.
Okay.
That's a good point.
all
We'll go
right.
tails.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, heads it's RoboCop. Tails it is Bruce Lee.
Oh, this is gonna be nasty.
That was a horrible. That was the worst flip.
That was.
You were right, Eddie. That was a great prediction. That was a nasty flip.
It was.
Tails.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
So who
it's
wins?
coming down to what you wanted anyway, Lee.
Bruce Lee.
So Bruce Lee.
Put Bruce Lee in the RoboCop outfit.
so the
Unstoppable.
So the number 2, Bruce Lee defeats the number 6, RoboCop. And so guys, here's the thing. This actually ends the Sweet 16 bracket. We are now entering into the Elite 8.
All right, let's get moving.
All right, so back to slashers. The number 1 seed, Jason Voorhees, versus the number 2 seed, Leatherface.
Oh, this is so hard, considering I have a tattoo of both of these motherfuckers on my right bicep. This is tough.
My vote is going to be based on. Let me see your bicep.
Okay.
Which one's closer to the armpit?
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and point out, before you look at this tattoo, Leatherface doesn't have all kinds of hair on his face in real life. It's just because I'm extremely hairy.
Leatherface is a Duck Dynasty beard.
Your hair turned me on. Okay.
You're welcome.
I touched it.
Yeah, he did. He cupped it.
He will not wash that hand for a
But
week.
that wasn't his arm
Oh,
at
sexual.
all. Jason versus Leatherface. This is truly it is a hard one, as you said.
It's awesome.
I've
it's-
got a hard one over this fight.
Yeah, you don't.
That's actually what you have the mic clipped to.
I do. It's a lapel mic on my schlong.
I'm gonna speed through my pick
Okay,
here.
go for it, buddy.
I choose Leatherface. I think that he brings to the table the same thing that he did against Michael Myers.
No matter how supernatural you are, you can't do a lot if you're in 12 pieces.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
Leatherface
point.
is my pick.
Yeah.
Joey.
Leatherface is going to be wearing him.
Oh.
He's gonna wear a hockey
Yeah, but
mask.
here's the thing: is that what if Leatherface has a sleeping bag with him? We all know what happens when Jason finds someone in a sleeping bag. Let's not soon forget New Blood.
Okay.
where he smacked that tied a bitch up in a sleeping bag and whacked it against a tree, which was.
Well, didn't he do something
would
like that in
definitely-
Jason X? When Jason
No,
X.
I said that last time on the Burn audio. It wasn't New Blood. I keep thinking it's New Blood because of Kane Hodder. That's my favorite. Kane Hodder was New Blood. It is Jason X. It's in a flashback or something. in his
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
I love that
My
scene.
apologies, fucking horror fanboys. I know you're all like, look at this asshole. All right, yeah, I did it last time on the Burn audio, but so we got 2 for Leatherface. Jordan, what do you think, buddy?
I think I'm actually going to go Leatherface too. I think it'd be kind of tough, but something tells me Leatherface isn't going to fucking care, and is just going to go head on at him with a chainsaw.
Not a lot scares in my
Yeah.
surmise. I don't think he gets.
He's just
scared very
he's just gonna run right at him and go and buzz him up, and then that truck driver's gonna baby run away.
No.
Like he did in the movie.
What the hell?
I said Toby Hooper was a good director, not a good caster.
No, it was a good movie. It's just that truck sees that guy with a chainsaw. He kind of does the oh shit, just kind of jogs away.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
The truck driver in the horrible stained yellow shirt.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll go with Leatherface.
Leatherface.
I'm actually going to go for Leatherface in this one. I mean, I love Jason, but I mean, I love Freddy Krueger more, but I've always loved Jason. Been a big fan of his, and I just think he's almost an unstoppable force. But here's the thing. The same thing goes for in regards to Leatherface versus Michael Myers. I mean, Leatherface is just going to chop him up into little bits, and he's going to wear the mask.
All right, Leatherface it is. Leatherface has got my vote. This is really tough. I love both the films growing up, but the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the first horror film I ever saw. I love it. It's got a special place in my heart. Leatherface it is.
I backed every single loser in the Sweet 16 in this category, so I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and go with Leatherface simply
There you
for
go.
the fact of I want to back a winner for once.
Nice.
Well, it's good to know your vote's for sale.
Kind of like the cafe boy over here.
right.
Yeah. All right. So
Leatherface advances.
Leatherface advances into the final
Or if he's
four.
on my arm,
So he
Hairy
is-
Face advances.
So he is the winner of the slasher bracket.
He is. He defeats. Yeah,
Awesome.
he is the winner of the slasher bracket. So
And
the
it wasn't
number
even
two seed.
a supernatural entity either. It was just a
crazy
big, dumb, retarded redneck from Texas.
with a chainsaw.
And,
Yeah.
and was that the only unanimous vote, or did we have previous?
There
No.
was one more.
I mean, Wolverine over
Yeah.
Spawn was unanimous.
Of course it was.
But
Speaking of, I think that's our next matchup.
actually, we have the number 5 seed Wolverine versus the number 3 seed Hulk.
And this actually occurred.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I actually have the Marvel card in my collection of Wolverine versus Hulk. So one of my favorites. So I think this is the one where Lee gets to start,
You're going
or
to,
Joey.
going to
Or
Joe.
Joe. Thank you.
If I recall my argument in the burned audio, I think I ended up saying, honestly, I believe Wolverine might have this. Yeah, the Hulk may be indestructible, but I got a feeling his eyes aren't. And Wolverine's claws, if they can go through his eyes and into his brain,
But
you
let
got
me,
a big dead mess.
let me ask you this, Joe. What's if you had to think of the one thing in this world that makes you madder than anything else in this world, what is it? Wouldn't it be getting your eyes clawed out with adamantium steel?
That would
That's gonna-
suck.
That would make me angry, and I can only imagine it would make the Hulk angry.
How
And
you
we all know what happens. When
How you
Hulk
gonna
gets
be angry if you dead?
Well, if the Hulk knows he's going for his eyes, I mean, yeah, might prevent him from it.
Yeah, I don't know
But-
if adamantium can pierce the Hulk's eyelids.
Who knows, man?
No.
If his eyes were open or he could go through his ears, let's just say.
Well-
Considering bullets bounce off of them.
But yeah, but a tank
But
shell
are
can
those
scrape
bullets
him.
adamantium?
That's true. Adamantium is definitely the strongest metal in the world that doesn't exist. But
Yeah, but
it's true. So Joe, what do you think, buddy?
Wolvie's got my vote.
Wolvie, it is, buddy. What do you think, Jordan?
Wolvo.
I think Wolverine's got my vote.
You think so?
I think so. It's going to be a tough fight. You know, you got a force of nature against an immovable object. It's
Thank
gonna.
you, Jim Ross.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeremy.
The unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
I think Wolverine, like, the fucker's not going to give up.
Yeah.
He's just not. It's going to be tough. It's going to last longer. It's going to be a long ass match, but I think Wolverine in the end will probably probably get him.
Not only a long ass fight, but a fight that I would actually sit and watch every second of.
I think Wolverine will get him. I think the advantage. As hard as Hulk hits him, Wolverine's gonna fucking get back up.
That's true too.
So I'm going Hulk.
Eddie,
I'm sorry, Wolverine.
Wolverine. Eddie, what do you think?
I have a question. Can Wolverine's
Oculus Rift.
adamantium go through? There's a lot of force between those strikes that Wolverine will hit him with. Can his adamantium pierce his skull and go into his brain?
See that? It's never been
a tank shell's cut him a little bit. I would think so.
I'm actually going to go with I'm actually going to go with the idea of the force that Wolverine will go to his head and
he could get him through the ear, maybe.
I'm actually going to go with Wolverine on this one because I think he can pierce into the brain and just ultimately kill Hulk.
That looks like 3 for Wolverine.
One more thing that I'd like to point out is something tells me that even if they didn't fight, Wolverine would outlive him.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a really good point, man. I'm gonna take another road here. We all know his entire skeletal structure from Weapon X on was made entirely of adamantium steel, and that's cool. That's really cool. That's one of my favorite. The whole Weapon X storyline is one of my favorite X-Men storylines of ever. But he does not regenerate instantly. Like, it does take him quite a bit of time. It's almost not worth having. It takes like so long when it comes to battle anyway. The thing is though is that Hulk's gonna rip him the fucking shreds, and as soon as he starts to regenerate and come back, that's just gonna piss the Hulk off even more. Die, you son of a bitch!
If Hulk can catch him.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
A guy who can just climb the side of buildings by punching into them and hanging on.
Good point.
I gotta go with Hulk because the fight is going to go on infinitely, and the Hulk is just going to tear him to shreds. He's going to keep ripping him apart. As soon as something regenerates, Hulk will just rip it apart. Like an arm starts to grow back, and he just no.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's like a cat with a laser pointer. It's just going to keep on and keep on and keep on. I got to go with the Incredible Hulk. Mike, what do you think, buddy?
Okay. One thing that you pointed out kind of swayed my vote. I was pretty much tied the whole way through, but at one point in time, I remember Hulk actually grabs Wolverine's arm, does just a massive squish, and actually keeps the claws from popping out because he has bent the metal.
Holy
Physically
shit!
Bent the metal. So the thing is if you take away the claws, then yes, he can heal and everything else. But exactly what you said, rip off an arm, it's not going to grow back immediately. Yeah. It will regenerate over time, but you're talking probably a year with actual dismemberment. I'm going with Hulk.
That is Ruth. Oh my god, that is awesome.
Adamantium is indestructible, but the only thing that can destroy adamantium is adamantium.
Yeah,
and it's indestructible, but it can be bent.
Magneto leached it out and made him actually pure bone.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And Cyber stepped on him.
Lee, it looks like it all comes down to it, buddy. What do you think?
But he had a really good meal before he left the school.
And Wolverine's like, I'm going to fight for that lame-ass janitor.
Yeah.
He was like, he deserves rope.
I am so going to hook him up.
And for the record, one more time, Jim Lee wrote.
Yes, Jim Lee, 1990s, the mid-20s wrote.
I actually have the Marvel card of Magneto taking out Wolverine's adamantium.
I have the comic book.
But sorry, Lee, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm going with Wolverine. I feel like, the Hulk has to get to him first of all. With the agility, it climbs.
I think you'll have the element of surprise on him.
I do, and right in the ear hole. That's my go-to
or the
move.
pee hole. You don't want to take adamantium claw up the pee hole.
Right in the ear hole is my go-to. So it's obviously it's Wolverine's because I taught him that over giving him his.
You did. I remember you were giving him some fresh goulash.
I know that
goulash
Wolverine
is good.
has won this 4-2, but I do want to say that Hulk does have regenerative powers, whatever you say.
Regenerative.
Yeah, thank you. That word.
You're welcome.
He can heal himself. That is part of his power. So even a stab through the eye, he is going to still come back.
But the thing is, though, like if his brain gets stabbed and stops all activity, will his brain regenerate?
Here's the thing: Hulk's not that smart, so it's probably not going to affect him that much.
Wolverine's taking out that medulla oblongata.
And Wolverine's going to eat it.
Equilibrium out of whack.
All right, so
movie, right?
4-2. The number 5 seed Wolverine advances into the final 4.
Wolverine
Right on.
advances.
Well, you couldn't have a bad winner there anyway.
No, I mean that's a good
Yeah.
fight. I would
That's
pay a
amazing.
lot of money to see that.
All right.
All right, so on to the video games section. We have the number 4 seed Cloud versus the number 3 seed Cole McGrath. All right, so start us off.
Who's
Jordan.
starting off?
Jordan, what you got, buddy?
It's me.
Oh, any wonder?
Cloud.
Shocking.
Cloud, like Cole's tough.
Why? Because fuck you. That's
No,
why.
do you really want to know? I'll go on for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're running at about the hour 10-minute mark
all right.
now.
I was gonna say Cloud, like Cole's tough as shit. So is Sephiroth.
So Cloud for all the previous reasons. We'll just say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, Cloud took the Supernova summon and was like, "Hey,
yeah, I saw that. It
So-
was pretty lame.
God, can I go?" Yeah, Eddie.
Don't get bent out of shape. I'm picking on you.
Here's the thing. I don't care if Cole McCoy has lightning, fire, ice. You know what?
You disrespectful son of a bitch.
No, let me
You
finish.
get his name wrong one more time, you're going to play Power Rangers on the front step.
Okay, I don't care if Cole McGrath has fire, ice, lightning, shit storms,
So
whatever.
He has those, actually.
So is Cloud.
I mean, here's the thing. Cloud goes up against mages all the time, and it's nothing. It's nothing. So here's the thing. Cloud, Omni Slash, all day.
Over.
Cole McGrath, done. Cloud gets the vote.
Cole McGrath will
Jeremy?
fry that motherfucker. Cole McGrath will light his ass up and then freeze him. And then when he thaws out, he'll light him back up again.
So,
Phoenix down.
so you're voting for Cloud.
Cloud's also
Let
wearing.
me
'cause
be
Cloud's
clear for
wearing
the cheap seats.
Cloud also had in
Cole
his possession
McGrath.
a fire ring, an ice ring, a wizard armlet, which could absorb elemental attacks. Cole's fucked.
Jeremy's
I'm
asleep.
sorry you don't want to face facts here, Jeremy.
Yeah, because all these are rooted in fact. Like cold hard.
Our entire bracket is just steeped with facts.
Literally none of these characters are real, but it's all.
What?
I got Cole McGrath has got my vote. Mike, what do you think, buddy?
I'm going to go with Cole McGrath only because, again, I'm going to go back to my original statement. He doesn't have to wait a turn.
That's right.
I love that.
It doesn't matter if he does.
Issue is Cloud's going first.
Oh!
See, Cloud has something called preemptive attack materia equipped, where he gets to attack first.
Ooh,
But
sick
so-
bird, bitch!
So there you go.
Get some aloe.
There you go.
Yeah, Cloud all day, every day on that one.
Jordan doesn't fanboy out a whole lot, but there are a few.
I will when
things
it
where he
comes.
will fanboy out on.
fanboy
man.
out when it comes to Final Fantasy VII.
Fair enough,
I
buddy.
will.
We all got our thing.
Yep, I will totally do it.
So I go with Cloud and Joey.
I know Joey, you're a big Infamous 2 fan. Do you remember the first time I played Infamous 2? Who did I get that game from?
Remember when you brought Final Fantasy VII?
Who did
to my
I borrow
house on
Infamous
on
2 from?
Christmas break when we were kids? We stayed up all night.
Yeah, but do you remember that time I borrowed Infamous 2 from There's no special story there. Like, there's no heartwarming story. I just borrowed Infamous 2 and then from him and I loved it. My name is Joey.
I hate to even
Oh,
say
crap.
this.
No.
I love both of the characters.
You love Cloud.
I love Cloud. And you love me.
And I love him!
Joey, listen, we go back a
like Darren.
Here's the thing, Joey. We go back a long way. You body slammed me in 3rd grade in gym, okay? And that's when we became best of friends.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, but my girlfriend just fixed you bacon wrapped up in a cinnamon roll.
It was amazing.
It was good.
And I've just met you.
And we're all friends here.
All right, let's get to
We're all
moving,
good
Joe.
friends.
It's crunch time, buddy. What's it going to be?
You know, FF7 does go a long way back with me. Cloud would overwhelm his ass.
Yay! All right, so Cloud advances in a 4-2 vote. In all honesty, I actually thought Joey was going to
Smell
go.
the schmances and the smell.
God. So, Mark McGrath loses. And
You
Cloud,
disrespectful bastard.
What'd you promise him if he butchered it one more time?
what'd you say?
Go play Power Rangers on the
Sponsored by
Give me the
hers.
bracket. Go play Power Rangers.
Okay.
I'll go play Power Rangers with him.
All right, so Cloud advances to the final four. Cole McGrath puts up a good fight, and there were some really good arguments in his defense. But Cloud wins, and so here we go on to the back to the action. We have the number 1 seed, Mr. Miyagi, versus the number 2 seed, Bruce Lee, which would be another fun match. And I get to start off on this one. It's a no-brainer. You know, enter the dragon as much as you enter the dragon as much as you want, but Mr. Miyagi is just going to win this one hands down. I'm not even going to go into a discussion about it.
Not only that, not only will he win, but he'll make Bruce Lee sorry that he ever wanted to fight. And I don't mean like he'll beat the shit out of him and make him sorry. I mean like Miyagi will embarrass him. You ever notice Miyagi doesn't really strike a lot?
Yeah.
He makes you feel stupid for trying to hit him. Like everybody, like the Terry Silver, the fight with Terry Silver, Miyagi hit him with one move. He dodged every single blow, and Terry Silver was like, "Well, I just feel fucking stupid."
And he
now.
didn't even have to hit John Kreese the first time.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He just moved out of the way. John Kreese fucked his knuckles up in an old car.
Yep.
You know what, man? Just Miyagi all the way. I think he's just he's unbeatable. He's fucking unbeatable. And he's really old and adorable. And God rest his soul. He was awesome. Miyagi, man, fucking Miyagi all the way.
Bruce Lee has mad skills, just phenomenal talent. But Mr. Miyagi has pure heart.
You mad, bro?
Will not die. So, Mr. Miyagi, all the way.
All right, Mr. Miyagi it is. What about you, Lee, even though... Are
he
you
crying?
crying?
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in Super Duper Battle Bracket.
Oh.
Listen, Lee, man, I love you. I know you're a
Put a mic up
Bruce
to his
Lee
heart.
fan.
You can hear it tearing.
My vote does not even matter in this whatsoever. Like I'm heartbroken. This hurts. Bruce Lee.
Matters.
That's how I feel when Cole lost.
You're good enough. You're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you.
Joey.
It's okay.
All right. Hamburgers win again.
Well said.
That's from the heart.
That's from my stomach, bitch.
Thank you, Jordan.
Okay. This would be a good fight. I have a feeling that any time like their blows met, the thunder would probably crack in the sky. But I've given it to Miyagi simply because I think Miyagi's got a few more years of experience on him. He's probably learned a few more evasive holds and such. I think he could Miyagi.
All right, so in this one, Mr. Miyagi advances to the final four with a 5-1 vote over Bruce Lee, the second closest match we've had all night. So, what was that, Lee? You have something to say to the class? Stand up, say it. What you got?
I love you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very nice. I'm glad you're such a good sport about your man losing.
Losing.
Yeah, burn. All right, so here we have the final four matchups, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off, we have the winner of the Slashers, the number 2 seed, Leatherface, versus the winner in the comics, the number 5 seed, Wolverine. Woo! Jeremy, congratulations, buddy.
Leatherface.
You get to
sorry.
start
I was supposed to say other stuff and then make a choice.
You get to start this one off.
We've all discussed their pros, their cons, what they're
Yeah,
good
yeah.
at this point. I'm going to pick Leatherface because virtually everyone at this table is going to pick Wolverine.
All right, Mike.
Well, why even ask my vote then? Wolverine, because healing factor alone.
And here's the thing. Let me just interrupt by saying Mike has a fantastic Marvel shirt on.
It is a beautiful shirt.
Thank you, and I wear it well.
Lee, buddy,
Lee is.
if you can dry your
God,
poor
he's
eyes,
torn up.
you okay,
I
buddy?
vote for Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Damn.
Wolverine, there's no.
You know what? Cast your vote, but don't talk shit about
I'm
I'm
not
Wolverine.
talking
Okay,
shit.
even
It's
if-
Leatherface. It's just really.
maybe if Leatherface had an adamantium chainsaw.
But I don't think they have those in Texas.
or an adamantium.
I don't know.
Or an adamantium apron.
Oh man.
So Jordan, your vote.
Wolverine.
Here's the thing. Wolverine might get caught up in the clotheslines with all the sheets and stuff, but he's just gonna berserker rage and just slice all them up to hell. And Leatherface is gonna get caught up in it. So I'm actually gonna go with Wolverine on this one. So Wolverine with a 5-1 vote. Sorry, Jeremy. Wolverine advances to the championship
Oh,
match.
he does. Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. Weird.
That's ignorance.
What do you do being ignorant? Stop being ignorant.
All right, so now the final four matchup. Mr. Miyagi, the number 1 seed from the action movies, versus the number 4 seed, Cloud Strife from video games. And Mike, congratulations. Go.
Oh my God! So I get like the worst one ever here. I'm going Mr. Miyagi. I don't care. I know I'm going to be shot down. I'm going to be back in the losing horse. It's going to be shot and turned into glue here. But I'm going to go for Mr. Miyagi.
Joey's turned me on to Mr. Miyagi because of the burgers. I'm real fat and I'm real hungry right now, and I don't know. No, fuck Miyagi. I'm going Cloud.
No.
Materia, yeah. Hamburgers, yeah. But
One of them's got to win, buddy.
fuck it. Hamburgers win.
Oh, a shocking turn of events. I feel like we're about to be shocked again, Jordan. Am I right? Are we about to be shocked again?
You might be shocked.
Who's it going to be, man?
I love you, Cloud, but Miyagi's gonna kick the shit out of you.
Oh yeah! I know.
not see
You
that
didn't
coming.
know. No, that was a plot twist.
Because Miyagi probably
special
getting
ever.
Cloud's head, and Cloud's kind of emo anyway.
That was some M Night Shyamalan ding dong shit.
No, this was actually good. This would be a good movie. This would be a good movie. So I'm going Miyagi simply because I want to see this last fight so bad.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be straight up with you.
The thing is your vote doesn't matter at this point.
No, my vote always matters.
This
And I'm
is
going
a
to tell you.
formality.
But-
I'm going to tell you why my
But
vote
above
matters.
all else, be honest with us.
That's
I'm,
right.
I'm going to be completely honest, and in
Okay.
all honesty, here's what's going to. I did that on purpose.
I
See,
know.
see what I did there?
I gave you a lead in.
Anyways, here's the thing. Cloud's going to look at Mr. Miyagi because it's going to be his turn,
That's right.
and he's going to pull off Omni Slash, Knights of the Round. He's going to bring out Bahamut. He's going to bring out Ifrit. He's going to bring out everybody. He's even going to bring out the guy who flips the earth around. But you know what?
Jesus.
But no,
Oh.
you know what? But you know what? Here's the thing. None of that-
Miyagi's gonna rise.
No, here's the thing, though. After all of that, whenever the little numbers come up with how many hit points have been taken off, it's going to say 0 on Miyagi. And Miyagi is going to walk up to him like Tonberry and just give him a kick, and Cloud is dead.
When men
No,
face you, it's straight.
no
He
Phoenix
is enemy.
down.
We
No
do
Phoenix down will be able to bring him back. So I'm going to go with Miyagi.
Yep.
Enemy deserve no mercy.
Not trained to be merciful.
So Miyagi gets my vote, and I'm assuming Miyagi wins this pretty
Yes.
handily.
Yep.
Wow, and I thought I was back.
I love you, Cloud, but sorry.
I'll tell you what.
And I
though.
love Cloud too. Sorry, buddy.
So we have to say the absolute final winner of all of this is
Richard
Dreyfuss.
So here's the thing, guys. We have in the championship battle for all of the marbles and for the world, we have the number 5 seed Wolverine versus the number 1 seed Mr. Miyagi. So let the battle commence.
Okay, here's the thing.
Can't they just like have a beer together?
Actually, they would.
Like,
And they're both about the same age.
And they're both winners.
Well, I think they're going to have a beer together after the fight,
Mhm.
and they'll be drinking some nice ice cold beers while Logan is apologizing for ever trying to start this fight because Miyagi made him feel bad.
Why would you assume Logan would start the fight? But anyways, because he starts all the fights. But why would you
Yeah,
assume
because
in
he's
this
kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's got a bad attitude.
Yeah.
And Miyagi doesn't like
I
that.
think
Yeah,
Logan
no, he doesn't.
recognizes him from his time over in the Orient, and it's all good.
Okay, that's pretty racist, but that was. I gotta agree. Who would win in a fight? Grilled cheese or a taco?
Grilled cheese.
Only, but not if it's prison rules. Well, that's pretty racist, but I gotta agree. I gotta go with Mr. Miyagi. While Wolverine is, the animanium claws and stuff, you can't affect an individual if you can't hit him. It's as simple as that. And he can't. I mean, that fucking kid got lucky with that stick in part 2. He got so fucking lucky. Like it should have been left on the editing room floor. It was so minor and insignificant. He didn't even grunt. He just goes, "Oh, did a fly land on my back while I'm trying to help up Daniel?" Or Miyagi, man, you can't. I mean, sure, Logan's tough and he's whatever. You just can't beat somebody you can't hit. You can't hit Miyagi. You cannot. It can't be done. Mike.
I backed him all the way, but I've got to go with Wolverine on this one because Miyagi cannot regenerate a lopped off limb.
It won't get. Weren't you listening? You can't lop a limb off if you can't hit the limb to lop it off.
Whatever.
Lop off barrage.
Leroy, buddy, I know these allergies are killing you, man.
They
your
are. I've
eyes
got
are
to
looking
get
pretty
out.
rough.
I've got to get outside soon.
Okay.
Which makes no sense, really.
I need to go outside where the pollen is. If I'm closer to it somehow.
I need to rub it in my eyes.
Yeah.
You bring up the fact that Wolverine can't kill what he can't catch. Flip the script. How can Miyagi defeat Wolverine if he can't catch him? Miyagi has never shown like an acumen for speed. He's never been lightning fast.
He doesn't have to be.
Yeah, you do. It's fucking Wolverine.
No, he's Asian.
And I was racist earlier.
I'm sorry, is he not Asian?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. It's the simple principles of judo.
I think
Use someone's own momentum
No.
against them. Fucking Wolverine comes a berserker attack right at him as fast as he can. Miyagi sidesteps him. Wolverine runs right into a wall. And they'll do that 150 times until Wolvie's just torn apart.
here's the way I see the fight going is they both wait in their own respective trees thinking that the other one's going to come out and attack. And they just sit in a tree for the whole fight.
Miyagi don't wait in trees. He chops them in half to get them off his Sato.
He only fools with bonsais. Wolverine can find him, kills him.
Part 2, he chopped that big branch in half to get Sato out of the hut.
Did he?
I got you, old friend. And he chopped it. He chopped the fucking tree in
Fuck
half.
Miyagi. Wolverine. Joey, what do you got?
I want to say that I love every one of you guys so much. But when it comes to this bracket, I fucking hate your guts. You're my mortal enemy. Joey, what about it, man? He's got the burgers.
He does have the burgers.
He can grill them up any way you want.
But if you
Wolverine can cut some burgers with that adamantium.
and if you come back to the school, Chad, I'll make you some burgers.
Yeah, but they'll be cafeteria burgers.
I like
Who gives a
cafeteria
shit?
burgers.
I got chicken sandwiches.
Burgers is burgers.
I got waffle fries.
Rectangle pizza.
Logan is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite anythings from comic books. I loved him, but hamburgers have a special place in my heart.
Miyagi. Jordan, I feel like I already know, but go ahead, man. What do you got?
Sometimes you just got to see the writing on the wall, man. Wolverine's got this. I was with Miyagi all the way until you realized that Wolverine was also trained in martial arts.
Are you the last vote?
No,
No, I'm
Yeah, but he did not train at Miyagi-Do.
does.
Miyagi-Do.
No, you're all
There's
wrong.
no,
It's
there's,
stupid.
there's no denying this, and Wolverine's like, I gotta help out that fat janitor with the bad hairline.
I feel like he's
I'm
not
doing this for
concerned with
selfish reasons. Miyagi he's no longer useful.
you. Dude.
Wolverine.
That I am hurt. I am feelings.
Right in the feels.
Were you the last vote?
No.
No, I'm the last vote, and I've actually been thinking about this. I mean, I've been jotting down notes in my mind. Here's the thing. You know what? You're just going to keep on. You're just going to keep on. You're just going to keep on. Here's the thing, though. None of you know what my vote is going to be, and I'm going to tell you what my vote's going to be. Wolverine is going to strike at Mr. Miyagi with Berserker Rage, left, right, but here's the thing. Wax on, wax off, Miyagi takes this one. Boom, Mr. Miyagi.
Miyagi.
Oh.
That was really loud.
Sorry, but you know what? That's
Yeah,
how,
you're
that's
clipping
how,
Eddie.
No,
Calm
so
down.
wait a minute. When Wolverine's swiping at him and he does the wax on, wax off, you don't think those claws are going to cut his goddamn hand?
No, he
No.
catches him at the wrist.
Yeah, because he always because he always catches. No, seriously, because
They're about the same height.
Because
so,
he does
okay.
catch at the wrist.
Okay.
Mr. Miyagi is ultimately just going to just fundamentally take him out.
So what about bone versus adamantium?
It doesn't matter because here's the thing.
Kill what you can't catch.
Miyagi is going to embarrass Logan. He's going to embarrass Wolverine. And Wolverine's going to feel shame and walk away. It doesn't have to be to the death. So, Mr. Miyagi, and we are set at a tie, 3-3.
Oh my gosh.
Was this the last fight?
This
Yeah,
is it.
This is the championship
for the
fight.
championship.
This is
It's
for
the
all
war on the
marbles.
shore.
And I'm sorry for that loud boom, but I've been sitting on this,
Don't-
listening to everybody else.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
we're
okay.
going to go
Own
to the
it.
coin toss, and someone else called it last time. I'm going to call it this time.
Okay.
Heads Miyagi, tails Logan.
Okay.
God damn it, Lee.
We're so coordinated.
So the previous one is now the second one.
I'm always better the second
Hey,
time around.
really fast. Who is that first baseman that missed the grounder for the Red Sox?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Bill Buckner.
Right through
Bill-
his legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here's
Buckner.
the thing. Lee, you catch about as well as he does.
Thank you.
Thank
He
you
was
for
in the major
history
leagues.
lesson before the burn, before the sick burn. Let me give you guys a
When you
history
have to
lesson
ask
before I burn your
beforehand.
ass.
All right, so guys, really fast for all you listening at home, this is the coin flip because we are in a dead set tie, 3-3, Wolverine and Miyagi. Jeremy with the flip.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tails, bitches. Yeah.
Tails.
what's that?
Wolvie.
All right, Wolverine.
Well, due to the coin flip, Wolverine wins, and he is the ultimate champion.
Wait.
Let's make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 first annual Super Duper Battle Bracket winner is everybody at once.
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
It's a bit lackluster. It really is, you know.
Here's the thing, though. That was a really good fight. And in all honesty, guys, thank you all so much for listening because
I actually think the lunch lady gets it.
the lunch lady gets the
Damn right,
vote for the
child.
chicken.
Because he
Jordan,
gave
I
him-
only care about hooking up with Rogue. Boo-ba-doo.
Because he gave him salmonella steaks.
the lunch lady gets the congeniality award.
All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. We are the Burg Nerds. Thank you so much for listening to our first annual Super Duper Battle Bracket 2014. I am Jeremy.
Mike.
Lee.
Jordan, eat hers.
Eddie.
And we're going to call it a night.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Peace out.
Streaks on the china never mattered before. Who cared when you drop kicked your jacket as you came through the door? No one glared, but sometimes things get turned around and no one spared. All hands look out below. There's a change in the status quo. Gonna need all the help that we can get. According to our new arrival, life is more than mere survival. We just might live the good life yet.